Welcome, everybody, to the Analyst Desk. It is I, Jacob Moore, the self-proclaimed sports analyst, and I think I deserve a round of applause because I watched that entire third game without falling asleep, and I think that's impressive. And of course, I am joined by the usual suspects, the crew that needs no introduction that I give them anyways. We have Mr. More for Your Money, who's a little out of focus.
Woo! Hello, everyone.
So, Dan, you need to... Oh, your camera just came back in focus. Look at that. And, of course, we have the man who was not bit by a spider. He was bit by a goat, Mr. Adam.
Yes.
And I'd also like to welcome everyone to my lobby.
Welcome, lobby.
Dan, did you just say welcome lobby?
I did. Welcome, lobby.
Oh, Dan.
To the comment section. I was excited for this one 24 hours ago and ends up being the one of two that I skipped. Well, Key, if you skip the last game of the wild card day today, you probably picked the right one to skip because that game was terrible. But you know what's not terrible? Do you know what's amazing?
The Bills won?
Something even better than the Buffalo Bills winning. Something better than the Leafs winning a Stanley Cup. Something better than my beautiful combed hair. It's Lane Dashing Dashco.
I guessed it.
Yeah, there you go.
Lane, I said you're better than the Leafs winning a Stanley Cup. You better have something good to say.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know if I'm
Good
better.
point.
Well, I might be better than the Leafs winning the Stanley Cup because at least I show up. At least you can actually, like, when you say, "Hey, Lane, come here," I can actually come. I can actually show up. I'm a real thing. That can actually happen.
Wow.
When I say I'm going to come over to your house, I'm actually going to come over and at least I'm going to win the Stanley Cup. That's never actually going to happen.
But we need to. We may as well start the games off by, which one just finished, which we'll start off with the Chargers versus.
Oh, the one where we took a nap.
Yeah, I stayed awake somehow. Look, this is a tough one for the Chargers. At least I thought Drake May in the second half, or Drake May, whatever you want to call him, started to show some flashes, and he did enough.
Yeah.
I have a gas or ass to start the show, so let's get right
I don't like this already.
Yeah. Or is it ass? Or who cares? As I have been asked to put into these. Did we just witness the last game Justin Herbert will play as a Charger? Gas or ass?
Oh, good question.
0 for 4 in playoff games, multiple turnovers. Again, offensive line didn't do him any favors again today, but they put up 3 points.
I'm going to say gas on that one. He at the end of the day, he just didn't get the job done. And I mean, if he went down swinging, let's say they lost like 15-16, then okay, give him some type of respect, right? Well, they got one field goal the whole game and a playoff game. I mean, he's got to go.
This should have been something that, like, because Jacob, not Dan, but Jacob knows because I've vented my frustration about Mr. Justin Herbert to him. It's just like last year probably should have been it. I think, like, you throw 4 interceptions in a game against the Texans.
Oh, right.
That was just brutal.
Yeah.
But, like, even going back to the Jacksonville game where it's like we're dominating Jacksonville and then you, like, come up for the second half and it's just like what happened? Like, it was just that game was brutal. Or throwing 4 interceptions was brutal. This game was just like, I don't think you could fire another coach after this game. Like, I just don't think you can do it. Like, at the end of the day, gone through 2 coaches in 4 playoff losses, and it's just like, it's just at the end of the day, all signs point to just being Herbert at this point. Like, he just can't figure it out, and it's depressing. It's just sadness.
He's given us a gas in the chat, but heartbroken if this is the end of his career.
I don't think it would be the end of his career.
No, I think someone will give a chance on him.
It's just so...
Maybe Miami.
How old is Justin Herbert?
Old enough to know better, Lane.
I'm not going to retire at 27.
No, he's not. He won't retire. Like, this won't be the end of his career, but it's just like frustrated at this point. Like,
Oh, for sure.
he's a good quarterback, and it's just like,
Yeah.
like I don't know what more the organization could do.
Well,
Sometimes
this
this
point.
doesn't work for
Adam,
some people.
you know what? I think it's just sometimes, you know, I hate to admit it, but the playoffs sometimes it's just a different game, right? Like it
Leafs
doesn't.
fans know this so too well.
No kidding, and it honestly it sucks because on one hand we get so frustrated, right? But on the other hand, it's just some people are just built different, man. And sometimes here's how I think about it, right? You can be a great worker. You could go to work every day and do your job well, and do your job, you know, get paid, show up, do your job. But then when there's a special event, you just might not be able to go to do that special event. You may not be able to do the Christmas parties or the New Year parties. You may not be able to handle that workload. That's okay. There are people that can do it. You may not be able to go serve on a New Year's party or a Christmas party. You may be able to serve on a normal night. That's okay because some people can rise to that occasion. I don't know how I would be. I would probably be horrible in a playoff situation. There's pressure. There's there's so much more pressure. The games are tighter. The mistakes. Everyone's focused in. You know, I think I'd be terrible at it. But who knows? You don't know until you're in that situation and know. And it doesn't mean that you're a bad player. It doesn't mean that you suck at that you should retire and pick a new career, even though I've said that multiple times. But trying to be positive here, I don't know. Some people just can't handle it. Like I look at Dak Prescott. He's a good quarterback. He can't play in the playoffs. Mr. Herbert might be another great quarterback that just can't play in the playoffs. It just happens. Some guys just don't have that.
Right, 100%. Yeah, I mean, some people have that it factor, and some people don't. But we've also seen
Can't help it.
some people not have the it factor on some teams, and then they get traded or moved on, and they have the it factor on other teams, right? And
Look at
Justin
Bennington.
Herbert could be that person. I mean,
look at Jordan Bennington. Look at he's the
prime
complete
example.
opposite. He sucks all year. This guy looks like a terrible goalie. You're like, this guy's horrible. Put him in the playoffs. He's like, boom, boom, boom. Gets 4 shutouts and wins a Stanley Cup. It's just, you know what I mean? Like, or Jonathan Quick is another good example.
Yeah.
That guy was terrible in the regular season. He would let in like 6 goals a game. You could barely play him, but get him in the playoffs. He's like, oh, I am samurai. Like, I don't know. It's just some guys are just different, man.
Well, even Sergei Bobrovsky, well, he's not the best regular season stat.
Oh, just look at the one goal he conceded. The first goal he conceded yesterday. That goal was like, I was there, and I was like, I look up on the screen and I see it, and I'm just like, how the heck did that end up in the back of his net?
Yeah,
Adam, you are no longer grounded. Congratulations.
When was I grounded? I'm so confused.
Because you weren't here the last few days.
I was in Ottawa. I was on a trip. I was at a hockey game last night. So I don't know where you got this grounded thing from.
But all I mean with Justin Herbert, like you look at his stats today, right? 19 for 31, only 156 yards, sacked 6 times. It's not good. It's not good enough.
It's brutal.
It's brutal. This is absolutely brutal. And let's be honest,
the Patriots, yards a quarter.
The Patriots didn't even have a great game offensively. Drake May basically did one drive, and that was all we needed. Like, as soon as they got the second touchdown to get them 16 points, I'm like, man, I think I said to Dan, I'm like, I think this game's done.
Yeah.
100%. And what really upset me with Justin Herbert, and I'm curious about, and we'll leave these stats up while I kind of talk about it, is on the 4th down play towards the end of the game where he gets sacked, just heave it up in the air. Who cares if it gets picked at that point? At least give someone a chance to make a play. And he just couldn't even do that. Like,
nobody was. That's the other thing. Like, nobody was making any plays.
I understand that, but at the same time,
which is even more frustrating. Like, I think it adds to the frustration.
It does, but I just feel like the Chargers. I said this going into this game. This was a make or break game for Justin Herbert. He had not even necessarily win, but he had to play well, and he played terrible. This was one of the worst. This is what I was expecting from Bryce Young, to be completely honest, is what we got from Justin Herbert.
Was this worse than last year? Last year was like,
I would say this was worse than last year, because at least last year he did also have a touchdown, did throw for around 250 yards. At least he moved the ball. This year, this was one of the worst. I think a third string quarterback could have done a better job than Justin Herbert today.
Well, I think
Says
it begs
not
the
even 50
question where
yards
they
a
trade
quarter.
him to. That needs to
Someone will
this
be
summer.
someone would be
Yeah.
interested in him.
Miami Dolphins. I'm calling it.
Yeah, that could
Key,
be.
don't worry. You are not grounded, even though you're a Bills fan.
You know he's a Jags fan, Jacob.
I said not a Bills fan, Dan.
Oh, okay.
A Jags fan. But look, I just feel like it's getting to a point with Mr. Herbert where do I think the Chargers played well? No, I don't. Although I will say I thought their defense overall had a pretty decent game, and I think their defense gave them a chance to win. Not like Drake May stole the show either, putting up a whopping 16 points.
I know.
Unfortunately, 16 point looks like a crap ton compared to the 3 points from the Chargers.
Yeah.
But
We
have a Josh Allen is winning the Super Bowl in the chat, and
oh yeah,
that is possible. I mean, I hope so, to be honest with you. But Lane wants us to take a look at some statistics.
And this is just Justin Herbert every year, and it sucks because you look at his stats, like really, like you know what you're getting from him every year. You're getting pretty much a full season of health. You're getting at least 66%. Like he's pretty much bang on 66%. So you get 2/3 of your passes completion. You're getting about 7.5 yards per throw. Some, a few long bombs in there, getting about 25 to 30 touchdowns, sometimes a heavy interception quarterback, a lot of first downs, some pretty good completions on first down, a lot of 20-yard throws, a lot of sacks too, actually. But
yeah,
but his rating is pretty good. Like it's around that 100 mark. Like it's just unfortunate. Like he's not that bad. It's just for some reason the playoffs. It just doesn't help work for him.
I mean, the fact he gets sacked so much doesn't help him.
And maybe that's what it is.
On the offensive line too, though.
Yeah,
the offensive line was brutal, but it's all just excuses at the end of the day. I think like it's like a lot of injuries as well. I think that's a big thing. Like a lot of the players that were brought in to help
I have his playoff stats here too.
Missed this game, and it's just like it's brutal because players brought in to help him just weren't there at the end of the day tonight, and it's like
Sweden.
But
there you go, Adam. You have a positive note about your Chargers.
I'm not. No, we're not gonna. Well, if you go to the comment above from him again, I'm not getting a new mic, because I don't want to.
What's wrong with your mic?
Yeah. I don't know what's wrong. He has beef with my mic. I'm not going to get a new one.
You need a new camera. We get
but
that.
here's the thing I don't get. You
Damn,
look at
Dan.
these stats, and this...
I have it. I just don't... I'm not
That's what I'm
just too
saying. You got
lazy.
the camera now.
I got a new one, but I haven't put it... I haven't set it up yet.
But like, here's the thing, right? You look at these stats, and if I blanked out the name and just gave you these stats without knowing who the player was, you would not think this is Justin Herbert. Like, I just showed you the stats of what he does every year. And this is not even close to the same player.
No, it's not.
You look at his rating consistently, horrible. 50, 40, 40, 30. He's not even completing half of his passes. He's like, no, where's the 60% passer? Where's the same Justin Herbert that we just saw on the stats? It's crazy. It's crazy to me. If I showed you these stats and said, who is this player? You wouldn't say it's Justin Herbert because you look at his regular season stats and it's like two different guys.
It really is. And Key, you're right.
Could be sponsored by TV, 100%.
So what is it? Is it him or is it that he needs a new team? Is it just time for him to move on and maybe go play on a team that has a better offensive line? Then maybe he doesn't get sacked. Is it that he just needs a new OC? I don't know.
I honestly
the complaint 2 years ago. Sorry, Jacob. I don't mean, but like the complaint 2 years ago was that the coach needed to get fired, so he fired the coach.
Right,
he brought in Harborough because he was supposed to help, and the whole purpose of bringing him in was because of how successful Michigan was running the ball. The point was to take pressure off of Herbert from throwing the ball with a good run game, and that's what they did during the regular season last year. Was they took pressure off of Herbert. He didn't have to throw as much, but it's like you get to this Texans playoff game and it's like they just threw it all out the window. He's heaving up passes and he's throwing 4 interceptions. And it's like, you went away from the whole game plan throughout the whole season, and the whole point was to take pressure off of him because that had been the issue. That had been an issue, was that he had a lot of pressure, and that's why he was throwing a lot of interceptions. And it's like you get rid of the running back who was there. I don't remember his name. He went to the Texans, but he was injured all year this year.
Yeah,
and it's like you get rid of. And
So
it's like the reason for bringing in Harborough was for the run game. And this year, it's just like there was nothing going at all, and it's just like it's like you can't fire Harborough. I think for this, like it's just that at the end of the day, it comes down. Herbert's got to make plays,
Right?
but it's like you bring back Keenan Allen to help Justin Herbert because Keenan Allen was a big part of Justin Herbert's success to start his career. And it's just like that didn't work, and it's just like it's all just.
I got a hypothetical trade for you. Would you say yes to this? I'm gonna be the GM. I'm gonna throw you a trade, and I want to see if you would accept it. Justin Herbert for Dak Prescott, straight up. Switch them.
Yeah.
Honestly,
no. If I'm the Cowboys,
not?
I'm not making that trade.
Why not?
I don't think Dak Prescott, Amber Heard's.
I would take
that
that trade. If I'm being perfectly honest,
each quarterback gets a first.
I like
team.
Dak Prescott. I think Dak Prescott's
too.
I think. Wait, Jacob, can I finish? Because he put it up to me.
Jacob.
It had nothing to do with Dallas's perspective. Like it had it, I would accept.
You just
that
go,
trade.
yeah, here we go somewhere else.
Like, I honestly, I'm gonna say this because I don't think necessarily Dak's lack of playoff success is fully on him. It is on him, of course, because he's the quarterback. He's got to put the points. But like you look at that Green Bay Dallas game, and it's like Green Bay's offense just like ran through that Dallas defense. Like it was just like the Dallas defense wasn't there. Like Green Bay,
100%.
like you gotta stop them and give Dak Prescott a chance. And it's like Dak didn't help himself in that game, of course, but it's like, is it fully on him? Part of it is, but I don't think he's to blame as much as people have put the blame on him.
No,
But
I
it's what I'll
totally
say.
get
But I
that.
know what you mean, though. It does fall on him, though.
It does fall on him, of course it does, yeah. But it isn't fully on him, if you know what I mean. If you know what I'm trying to get at.
Pressure.
Oh, totally. And
But I
like,
would
you look
take
at-
that.
I think it'd be I think it'd just be a good. I think it'd be a good. Like I think both guys just need a fresh team. They're not bad quarterbacks. They both struggle in playoffs. They're both good quarterbacks in regular season. The playoffs, they both kind of.
But Herbert's going to a tougher situation. That's going to be the thing. Herbert's just going to a worse situation in Dallas. Like more pressure, a pressure cooker.
But he's got
Interesting
better
comment
receivers.
here, though.
Yeah.
And yeah, I will say that we did not see in the last couple games. We have not seen really dirty hits. It's been really clean football. There's been no head hitting. It's been physical, but clean. We're not seeing a lot of penalties in these last few games either. So I will say,
Bears only took 2 penalties.
On a pure football perspective, this is so far, besides of this one game, I think this has been a very, very, very entertaining wild card.
Oh, it's been a
and it's okay if they're late, because you know what? I don't worry about taking attendance what time you made it to the desk. I just want you here.
Exactly. Yeah.
Just know Jacob's disappointed on the inside.
That's me.
He won't show it, but he is disappointed.
No, we're one of those cool teachers where the classroom doors always open. We're not one of those.
Making a
jerks that
joke,
locks the door
Dan.
After 5 minutes.
You just ruined the whole joke. I made a joke and you just ruined it. Like, oh, Dan. Dan. Ruining my fun.
That's Dan.
That's Dan. Just ruining the fun.
No, but I like Lane's point too, because Cowboys have a good backup quarterback too, right? So if Herbert does clap the bed, maybe it's time for that backup to start taking the wings, right?
But it seems like people want us to move on to the Buffalo Bills game.
Yeah.
We should just leave that game until the end. Just to rile up the audience.
But I will say the Buffalo Bills game was very, very entertaining.
Oh, yes.
Listening to on the radio on a train, it was very entertaining. Okay. I wanted to yell, but I'm like, I can't really do that in a train. But it was entertaining. It was a good game. It was a good listen. It kept me distracted on a boring train ride. So
Oh, you see, when it's supposed to be beautiful between Toronto and Ottawa.
It was snow. It was snowing for like half of the time.
Oh, okay.
Like Ottawa to like
Yeah, Ottawa gets a lot of
past
snow.
Kingston, I think. Like it was just snow.
Yeah,
It was just snowy.
Yeah, true. Eh?
Beautiful, but it was snow. It was just
Yeah.
snowing the whole time.
Yeah, for sure. That Bills game, though, holy cow. Give Josh Allen so much credit because he had a really tough game. Like, that first half, like, he bonked his head. He hurt his finger on the helmet. His knee bent. Like, a lot of people would have left the game and that's any one of those three situations. And he battled all through them.
Respect for that.
100%.
When he made the big plays at the end of the day.
He did. And I mean, Josh Allen did kind of what Josh Allen has been able to do in a lot of these playoff games. At the end of the day, he's able to make the big plays when you need it, going 28 for 35, 273 and a touchdown, no picks. Plus, on top of that, he also ran in 2 touchdowns at 33 yards on the ground, and with probably the longest tush push I've seen in my entire life.
Yeah,
so
that was amazing.
Look, I think for the Bills, you gotta be overall pretty happy with getting a big win. But I will say too, I actually thought the Jags played very well.
They did.
They did.
Jags had a great game. I mean, I was getting nervous as a Bills fan that we were going to lose that game. I mean, that's how good the Jags played.
He almost Amber Heard his pants.
Yeah, literally.
I totally thought on that last drive before the interception thrown by Lawrence, which is an unfortunate interception, of course.
Yeah,
I totally thought, like, despite having, I don't think they had any timeouts left, but I definitely did think they had a chance to go out and either tie it or take the win. But Bills ended up making the big plays when they needed to, and it's unfortunate because I think this was Trevor Lawrence's best playoff game I think he's played, like a full playoff game. I just don't think he played as bad as he did. Well, like they ended up winning the game, of course, but he threw like 4 interceptions against the Chargers, if I'm not mistaken. And it's look at what he did this time. Like that was the last time they made the playoffs, if I'm not mistaken. And then you go to today, and he had a much better game. But I feel like his experience, a lot more of his playoff experience though comes from college and playing at Clemson. But like, I feel like he definitely handled the moment a lot better today than he had in previous playoff appearances.
Yeah, I totally agree with that. I thought Lawrence looked really, really good. There's been a couple of times we had the same conversation about Lawrence as we just had about Herbert, right? Oh, is he really the real deal? Is there time for him to move on? Blah, blah, blah. Well, I think if you're a Jacksonville fan, obviously you're upset, but you can hold your head high and say it was a good season. You went, 11-6 or whatever. You took the Bills to the fourth quarter, right to the very last minute of a playoff game. You had 4 lead changes in the fourth quarter. I mean, I thought Lawrence played very, very well. He kept shot for Josh Allen, which is pretty hard to do.
And yeah, I think a lot of Bills fans were nervous watching that one.
Oh, I was, 100%.
I thought the Jags played really well. I thought they played good complementary football. Yeah, Trevor Lawrence 2 picks, but one of them's at the end of the game where he's just trying to force it through. I was so nervous when the Bills scored with plenty of time left. I'm like, what are you doing? Kill the clock for a play, kill 40 seconds to give yourself 3 chances to score. That's what I would have done, but it did all work out.
We were arguing about that because I would have done exactly what Josh Allen did. Get the touchdown when you can, rely on your defense.
I just didn't like the idea at first relying on defense when your defense wasn't able to be blunt, to be able to do anything.
I'm still not convinced by the Patriots. Wow, I wasn't convinced heading into this weekend. I'm still not convinced today. I'm not convinced.
I will say though, that Patriots defense looked incredible.
Oh, it looked solid, bro.
And I thought Drake May was good enough, right? I'm not saying he was a superstar in this game, but he was able to make some plays at the right moments. And
they won't know their opponent until tomorrow.
No, they won't.
True.
Yeah.
I will say though, like I thought, considering
I
this
think that might be a
Drake
boring game
May's
too, to be honest.
first ever playoff game, I actually thought Drake May played about the way I expected. The first half was a little bit of a dumpster fire,
Yeah.
but after that, Adam, you're being called out. We shall see.
Okay, I said
Whoa.
I'm not convinced by them. That doesn't mean, like, I think that team, I will say this, because I'm not saying that I'm not convinced, because I do think they could win. I'm not convinced that the team, the way I've seen people talk about this Patriots team, specifically from New England Patriots fans, who honestly, to me, are one of the most delusional fan bases
No, it's definitely Philly.
in sports.
Oh,
No, is one of. I feel like
I feel it's
give me
KC.
these quick responses, and it's like you're not even hearing what I'm saying. It's not clocking to you, but it's
Not
like
true.
I'm not convinced yet, because the way the New England, like the way the Chargers played today, like the Patriots should have killed them.
Yeah,
The
for sure.
like they should have killed them. Like it
Oh,
should
I
have been
agree.
slaughter, but it wasn't. And so I'm not convinced. I'm interested to see how they play next week. But like I honestly think it might come down to Patriots Bills. That's what I think is going to be the AFC Championship game.
Yeah, I think so.
But
That'll be a hell of a game.
I also choose to believe, because I said this heading into this week, I thought it was going to be Niners, and I thought it was going to be either Niners or it was going to be, oh my God, Philly. My brain just farted for a second there.
Yeah.
But
Other game we gotta get to.
I'm not gonna bump my noggin on the attic ceiling. Not gonna do that. I'm too lazy to get up and go back there.
I am not a Patriots fan.
Wow, you're like really like.
Make that very clear.
I never called
Giants
you.
fan.
I never called him. I never called him a
Giants.
Patriots fan. I said
Interesting.
Patriots fans. I never called you a Patriots fan.
Glad to see the Eagles lose. I think a lot of people are glad to see the Eagles lose today. I know Jacob was.
I was honestly, I was not surprised. Like I thought the Niners, and the thing I thought constantly throughout that game was like this Eagles offense needs to like score some points, please, because like their defense played phenomenally for most of that game. And it's just like you get 2 takeaways and it's like you can't capitalize on either.
You know what?
And
I
it's
just
like
want to say this too. AJ Brown
disastrous.
just proved he's not an elite receiver. With the
Whoa,
way
No,
he
he had a
played
bad
today.
game again.
whoa.
I don't think
Drop,
Devontae Smith had a
arguments on the
particularly great game
sidelines.
either.
All he proved is that he is not a Justin Jefferson. He's not a Puka Nakua. He's not a Devontae Adams. He's a good receiver. He's a Shakur out of Buffalo. He's good. Actually, I think Shakur's a bit better than AJ Brown, but I mean, I think he's more in that level.
Tell you what, as a Bills fan, I'd be very happy to have Brown on that team.
I would not, to be honest with you, because I think he's got an attitude problem. But the biggest thing for the 49ers, and I will say I got to agree with this comment here, Purdy still does not get the respect he deserves. Dude's an absolute gamer.
Yeah, totally. Mr. Irrelevant, last overall draft pick, and he sets a class act. I think that's why he gets the job done. He's not the flashiest quarterback of life, but he sets a good human being, and he sets a good leader, and he's incredible in the dressing room. He's incredible in community. He brings his team up versus bringing a team down, right? And you can see, I know he hasn't won a Super Bowl yet, but you can see he's going to. Like, he's great human being.
Good to see
I
you,
am
Brandon.
doing horribly. What's your response to that? I do this with everybody, to be fair. I'm not just doing it because I feel like being an ass. Not really an ass.
But I want to
but,
get to
like,
this.
I do it to everybody.
And I will say here, the Winnipeg Jets, man, they're starting to roll. Well, I mean,
I was going to talk about that after the football. That was something to see. And again, the Devils with a never lost.
I got it. I don't know if I know it's not football, but I do have a gas or ass about it.
I'm very excited
Jonathan
for this
Taves never goal.
mid-season, for our mid-season
Do I
talking
get to see
about
the
them.
donkey butt, Jacob?
I
You're
re-
gonna
I
get
really
to-
wanna
You know
see
what,
this.
Lane? You know what? Just for you. Yeah. Or is it ass? Or who the hell cares?
I'm going to
Go
call
ahead,
it.
Mr. Dashko.
I know I said the Leafs aren't making the playoffs. I may be wrong about that, but I'm going to call it here. Officially, the Devils' season is over. I think this team's done.
Gas.
Gas, yeah.
That is
I
so
think
much
it's-
gas
I think
that
it's
I ate
done.
Taco Bell for the first time, and my body doesn't know what to do.
I think they're just done.
That is gas. That is so much gas. That gas was free, and I still didn't fill up my vehicle because I already have so much gas.
Wow.
That is so much
That's
gas.
like the gas that Dan put in his car when you didn't know if you had gas. What you have.
Yeah, exactly.
Devils are cooked.
I'll never forget
Fuck,
that. It's so
boys.
funny to
They're
say.
done. They're 42
Yeah.
in a karate class. They're done. It's over.
Pack
Pop
it up.
champagne.
Start booking those golf courses early.
See
For
ya.
the-
Now
Book
I'm
the golf
booking them
courses.
early. Just go golfing now. That's what Dougie Hamilton's doing, always waiting to be traded. What's your thoughts, Adam, as you're holding your mic in readiness?
The mic that Subazor does not like.
I don't
Yeah, I
want
know.
to say.
I was
I
like,
honestly,
comment about the mic.
okay, before I make my comments about the Devils, I'm if I was thinking about replacing this mic, I'm not going to do it anymore. I'm going to keep it just to piss you off. That's the kind of person I am. Do not tell me. I tell this to everybody because I feel like people just do it. And then when I tell them they continue to do something that's like, obviously I'm going to just do it to continue to piss them off. So that's what I'm going to do now. I'm going to do this just to make you mad. And maybe I'll just make it sound and maybe I'll just do it and I'll make it sound worse. I'll just find ways to make it sound worse every time.
why?
That's been his complaint. I'm not gonna say
Think you're
the
lying.
Devils season is done. I'm not gonna say I'm gonna say ass to that because
Whoa.
honestly, we said that about the Leafs too. Everyone who said that about the Leafs.
I
2 weeks
didn't.
ago. I didn't either.
Lane's
Oh my
gonna be wearing
gosh.
my Argo hat soon.
But like
Oh
2
no!
weeks ago, the Leafs season was done and everything was all like burning down here in Leafs country. And I'm like, I just think that Devils team is like too talented.
I disagree with you.
Dougie,
I don't think they have the same talent the Leafs do.
I think so do
I'm
Keith
not even
Smith.
going to get into that. I'm not even going to get into that because I don't want to.
But they don't.
I don't.
Who's their Austin Matthews and William Nylander?
Jack Hughes,
That's one.
Timo Hughes sure is pretty good.
He's nowhere
Timo
near as good
Meier.
as William Nylander.
But Timo Meier is not nearly as good as he used to be.
They're not even as good as
but, like,
Tavares or Nice. Like the Leafs have.
They
way
have
more
a
skill.
good team. I'm not going to say
It's
they
a
don't
good
have a bad
team, but it's not like they're.
I
digging a
don't think.
hole.
I think 2 weeks ago, the same conversation was being had against the Leafs. I'm not gonna do it because I still think the East is relatively close.
I get that point.
So I do think I
I'm
don't think,
relatively close to you, Adam.
and I say it again because I hate doing it. I'm not gonna call a season done yet. I think it's an overreaction. Anytime anybody does it when there's still a lot of hockey to be done, I won't. Because
Yeah,
the only one who
probably.
panics, who hits the panic button after that happens, is Lane. Lane will hit the panic button for everybody. I will not be doing that. Because saying a season's done when you're not at least 20 plus points out of a playoff spot is ridiculous to me. I won't say it, and I never will. That's my point.
Shout out to the high school Quake hockey. Yeah. Yeah, literally 100%.
But hey, at least the
Yeah,
Winnipeg
boy, you're
Jets
New
are getting
Jersey
going.
fan.
I don't know if I spelt it right, but that's my new name. Panicking. I'm always going to be panicking about everything. How much water is left in the world? What time is it?
We
How
gotta
many
get
more
this
minutes? How many more seconds
more.
in this minute? Ah!
And absolutely, the Patriots versus the Bills would be a
Oh,
classic.
yeah.
I mean, I'm not gonna lie, it'd be a little terrifying as I've watched the Bills lose to the Patriots so many times. I feel like I'll be having like non-flashbacks, sitting like, not again, please no. Tom Brady, chicken fingers.
But then
Not
again,
gonna
the
go well.
Bills also schooled the Patriots in the regular season. How they One of the
Dan,
biggest collapses in NFL history.
if you talk about collapses, it's the Packers who just need to fire the whole coaching staff. I still believe that.
Gosh, yeah.
But I believe there's some more comments.
A lot of great comments coming in. Thank you, everyone.
Yeah, we're getting a lot of comments here. Yeah, I mean, hey, if you're a Giants fan, you must be happy to see the Eagles and Saquon Barkley lose. And I will say this. I said in our pregame show that I thought the Eagles were not as good as their record, that they didn't have an identity and they would lose this game.
You're
the
right,
49ers with no George Kittle, with Brock Purdy making multiple mistakes, Christian McCaffrey not pounding the rock as well as he normally does running the ball, still found a way to win. And it is so nice that they won that game to now go get slaughtered by the Seahawks next week. But at the end of the day, I called it saying there was no way this Eagles team was going to do what they did last year. Jalen Hurts, he was not very good. And look, unfortunately for the 49ers, I don't know if you guys agree with me. I think no George Kittle. I don't think they can win the next round without George Kittle.
Well, especially against the Seahawks. Why I think the Seahawks are the real deal.
I mean, that'll be the question now. Will we be having the same conversations about Sam Darnold like we're having about Justin Herbert after next week? Because if Sam Darnold plays terrible, it could be back-to-back playoff disasters after really strong seasons. Or are we going to be talking like the way we are Trevor Lawrence, win or loss? He played well. Here we go. Eagles had a great run until the playoffs hit. I will say, I thought Saquon Barkley actually had a pretty good game today.
He did.
I think he was probably the only weapon for him and Godrich, their tight end, were basically the only two players that showed up offensively.
Actually, I give that Godrich a lot of credit because he's got some huge shoes to fill, filling up Kelsey's. Kelsey was alive, but never mind. But
yeah, I don't know what I don't know what's up.
He was alive, yeah.
Yeah. So I got the Kelsey brother mixed up.
Yeah, Kelsey has definitely not passed away.
Yeah.
Which is very good. Did the Seattle Seahawks play today? No, they did not. They're next week.
Next week. Yes. They got the bye.
They have the bye. But I mean, like I said, I personally don't see the 49ers beating the Seahawks, but it's possible, right?
I think it's going to be a great game.
And I mean, we still have another game tomorrow as well, but we got to get to more comments here. Fun Fish, Joe, those rumors have pretty much been confirmed fake in Ottawa.
Are you talking about the trade rumors? Because now there's trade rumors.
Oh, I thought it was talking about the wife swap.
We talked about that,
but not like the TV show that's on cable.
We've already talked about this. We already talked about those rumors, but like I'm pretty sure you might be talking about the trade rumors, which is what I saw. I saw it earlier. Like they're like, I don't know why they would be trading him though at this point. Like I think there's definitely, I think it's Allmark could go back to like even 85% of what he was last year for them. That's pretty good. I just like watching them live the other day. Like Levi Merlenkin wasn't particular. I think that's how you say his name.
Close enough.
I don't think he was particularly great yesterday.
No.
And it's like you could see the difference. Like you could see a heavy difference in how they play with Allmark. Like when he's playing really good, like you could see the difference.
Oh yeah.
But I think because like look at what James Reimer put up an absolute like stinker for the Sens. I think it was yesterday.
Oh,
for the Sens AHL team, like he put up an absolute stinker, and he's going to be there to cover Allmark when Allmark comes back. And I'm like, that's just no. Like I think if they could get something good back for him, and it would have to be a goaltender, I would think. I don't
Jake
think
Allen
trading him. No, do not get Jake Allen.
Why not?
Oh my gosh, don't do that.
What's wrong with Jake Allen? First of all, he's got a great first name.
He's had a good year, Jake Allen.
And he's consistently
better stats and marks from this year.
He's consistently a decent goaltender. That's all I'm saying. And and Brandon, congratulations on getting 2 out of your 3 picks. You were wrong about Buffalo. I was wrong about Buffalo, but I was happy to be wrong about Buffalo because I thought Buffalo was going to lose, but I wanted them to win. Lots of comments coming in at the disc.
Yeah, thank you everyone for the great comments.
Awesome. Quickly, because I'm sure we'll do some more stuff about the Leafs tomorrow. I will say, I guess it is tomorrow now. Happy Monday for anyone in Ontario. I will say the Leafs are going to win this game 3-2.
Ooh.
And I'll tell you why.
Against the Avalanche?
Yes.
You on crack?
I don't even want to think
No.
about this game yet. I'm good. I don't want to think.
Dan, I've never done crack.
Well, I know.
Crack
but
cocaine?
I was shocked.
I'm not a plumber. No disrespect to plumbers. We
Yeah, I
love
was gonna say,
plumbers.
don't disrespect the plumbers. We
Actually,
But
just
you just
We actually
did
need
that.
a plumber. So if you're a plumber near the Hamilton region, you want to sponsor the Analyst desk.
Jacob,
By
you
all
can't walk
means.
back. Jacob, you can't.
Mama wants a
walk
new
back these
toilet.
Comments now. You can't walk back these comments now.
More comments. Oh yeah, we saw this one about Lane's gonna panic. Lane, the sky is falling. Lane said panic. We're already in panic mode. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Rams versus Seahawks.
Oh no.
Rip Rams.
Yeah.
Because imagine barely beating the Panthers, then versing the number 1
Yeah,
seed.
we were talking about
Oh,
this.
it'll be tough. Yeah.
Okay, the
for
only thing
sure.
I will say though is I don't necessarily think the Rams played bad. I thought the Panthers played really well in that one.
Yeah, 100%.
And again, I think Sam Darnold will be having
But
one
you
of two
also did say-
conversations.
You
We'll either
think-
be saying Sam Darnold proved he's the real deal and the Minnesota Vikings are really stupid,
Yeah.
or
I think I might be saying that.
Sam Darnold is like Justin Herbert and Minnesota was smart to let him go.
Nah.
But
I
Jacob,
don't
you
think
did
so.
say 24 hours ago that you thought that the Rams do have to play better. If they want to
Oh,
beat
yes.
Seattle.
Oh, 100%. The Rams need to play better. But I don't think the Panthers played bad, if that makes any sense.
Yeah,
Like, I
totally.
thought the Chargers today played bad, and the Patriots need to be better in the next round.
By the way, I got another random question too.
I love random
Let's
questions.
go.
Do we think tonight? Well, tonight, yeah, it is tonight. Tonight's game between the Steelers and the Texans is going to be another boring game because I think there's going to be a snooze fest because I'm not. I don't think Aaron Rodgers is going to do well against these Texans. I think they're just going to run. They're going to get run over.
It's old man Rodgers playing.
I think we see a good game.
Hey, I'm gonna call it out now. This is gonna be old man Rodgers. It's gonna be his final NFL game.
Probably.
I don't think he comes back next season. I think it's been like warning signs throughout this season. And the damn clapping. I'm not even done yet.
Well, we're clapping. Yay, Adam.
But I will say, because I thought they were lucky to beat the Ravens last week. I just think there's been like concerning signs Pittsburgh throughout this year, despite their record. Because Baltimore shouldn't have been in that race for the division. They'll probably wrap that up before the Ravens even had a chance to come back into it, but they didn't. I also think
Jake Allen did have a great game.
underrated.
I totally read that as Josh Allen, but yeah, that definitely does say Jake. Jake Allen did have a great game.
I think he did. I know they lost, but I was going to say, Jacob, Aaron Rodgers is actually 42, so your line of 42 in a karate class
Subscribe to our channel.
actually works pretty well for my boy
He's an
Aaron
idiot.
Rodgers.
Old man Rodgers.
Old man Rodgers. But yeah, Allen allowed 4 goals on 22 shots tonight. I don't think he played all that great, to be honest.
Well, you didn't see the shots though, Dan.
That's true. I didn't see the shots.
But no, I will say I do agree with Fun Fish here that Aaron Rodgers should feel proud that he made the playoffs over 40.
Oh, 100%.
But I also
yeah,
agree
great
with it sounds weird. I agree with Adam and I agree with Lane. I should just change this episode to the Wild Card Sunday. Jacob is very agreeable because I do believe this will be Aaron Rodgers' last game, and I'm not expecting this game to be super exciting.
I think it's going to be
I'm kind of thinking I think this game will be better than the last game we saw on Sunday, but not as good as the rest of the games in the wild card so far.
I think you guys are underestimating this game. Pittsburgh has a good team, and Texans have a good game too. CJ Strauss has played a couple good games. I think it's going to be a entertaining game. I think it's going to be some offensive flair to it.
Dan, I'm not underrating this game. I'm being realistic about the chances of a 42-year-old man showing up and actually winning this game. He's 42.
Island Bagel.
And I don't think, I just be realistic in the fact I don't think Rodgers is going to have it tomorrow night. Tonight.
Either.
Whatever night. Monday night.
Monday night. Whatever night it is. I just don't think I don't think he's going to have it in him to win that game. Because CJ Stroud has shown just how good he can be when he gets the chance of the playoffs.
Yeah.
And I think that this Texans team is very underrated heading into this game. And I think it's going to be an interesting matchup for old man Rodgers, as I will keep referring to him because it's fun.
Rodgers.
But I do want to ask you guys though here, right now, in this
Right
moment.
here. Right
Right
now.
If you had one
Right
shot,
here. Right
would
now.
you get everything you have, or would you let it slip? And nothing about Mom Spaghetti, but I do want to ask, comparing the wild card the last few years to what we've gotten so far today, are you guys seeing a positive change in the NFL?
100%.
Because I feel
Great
we
games,
are, because we're seeing a less of a gap between teams now. We saw upsets. We saw almost upsets. 2 out of almost every game besides of one was decided in the final 2 minutes. I feel like I'm talking about a CFL playoff week right now.
Yeah, literally.
And instead we're talking about NFL, which this is something the NFL is really needed in the last 15 years. Because if you go back and look historically at wild card weekends, they're terrible. I remember having this conversation. We had a good friend, Dan Gray, on the desk with us. And I remember saying they should just get rid of the wild card because the games suck.
Yeah, I couldn't do that this year. Games were incredible. Besides last one we just witnessed, the other two today or two yesterday were Lane and I were watching the one last night between Green Bay and Chicago, and we were literally on the edge of our seats, watching that game. It was phenomenal.
Because it's just, you look at the wild card games last year, right?
I got them here.
You got the Texans. Oh, Lane has them, so you can put them. Lane, I'll put them on the screen, actually, Mr. Dashco, because that's how I roll.
I have all the scores if you want them.
Because I am such a nice man. I am the nicest man since manhood existed. But we go ahead and we look at these games. We have the Chargers getting dummied by the Texans 32-12.
Not close.
Then we have the Ravens dummying the Steelers 28-14.
Not close.
Then we have the Bills dummying the Broncos 31-7. Then we have the Eagles dummying the Packers 22-10. Then we have a good game. Commanders and Buccaneers go to the wire. We're thinking, maybe we're going to finish off strong. Nope, the Rams dummy the Vikings 27-9.
Yeah.
So compare to what we had previously to what we have now.
Night and day difference.
It's a night and day difference, right? So you are seeing that. I think we're seeing a very positive trend in the NFL where, how many games have we had so far? We've had 5?
You think that's bad? Look at the year before.
Oh, even worse.
Goodness.
And also, Lane,
I don't want to.
You have been called out in the chat.
What have I done now? What?
Will you do a video? You do a game prediction for the Steelers?
Yes, we will.
Yes.
You know what, Lane? Do you know what you deserve?
Yeah.
And Lane does deserve a round of applause. He puts a lot of work in all those simulations. So, Lane, thank you very much. You know what, for that?
I really wanted to do the World Juniors Finals, but I was so sick. I couldn't even function. I felt so bad because we did the whole tournament.
Yeah.
Every game. And I couldn't talk anymore. But look at this.
Holy crow.
Yeah.
This is even worse.
Yeah. Look at Paul Dolphins.
We had one good game again.
Oh my gosh.
Rams versus
that
Lions.
Packers Cowboys game was not good at all.
No.
That game was brutal.
Actually, fun fact, me and Brendan, I'm pretty sure Brendan in the comments was at my house for this game. We watched this game together. I think this is the game where Dak
Why wasn't I at your house?
We don't even know you yet. Yeah, I remember this. Dak Prescott
haven't met you yet.
I'm pretty sure. Yeah, we watched this game together. It was funny.
Wow.
Yeah, Sweden was a whole different level at the World Juniors this year, and I'll be
Oh,
honest.
yeah,
like,
we
I'm
called
And
it.
not-
I want to hear
Sweden.
Jacob. I want to hear you say it. I was right.
Yeah, 100% Adam was right.
It's
No,
not
I
true.
want to hear Jacob say it. Jacob, say I'm right.
It's not
Jacob, say
true.
I was right. I was right.
I think you're lying.
No, I was right. I called it.
Subscribe
before
to
the-
our channel.
This was 2023.
I called it before. I called it before.
You were right, Adam. You were right.
Yes.
I don't know if you're still sharing, but this was 2023 wildcard games.
Again, like we had a couple decent games that one. So we'll
one
say,
was-
but still, I would say they've been better this year, but they've been the best
For
in
sure.
2023.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. These are still not great, but they were okay.
We had like the Bills and Dolphins were really close. Jags and Chargers.
Yeah.
Man, the poor Chargers. They just cannot get it done.
I know. Hey.
I'm sorry, Adam.
Mm.
I'm blaming
Look at
Lane for this.
Look at this. They're up
Nolan's
20.
fault.
They were up 27-7 in that game. What?
Lane, why would you
What?
even show this up? Lane,
What?
I-
What?
this is the 4 interception game I was talking about earlier.
Yeah.
No, it's
I don't think I brought up the score, but I did. Like that was his
Trevor
4
Lawrence threw
interception
4
game.
interceptions in one.
Oh, my
Yeah, he threw it in
goodness.
one half.
Wow.
One half.
Wow.
They were
Well,
all
but
in the
you-
first
You know
half.
what's really weird though? If you go back to Justin Herbert's stats, he actually played pretty decent in this
I
game.
know. It's just so bad.
Yeah.
Like he fell apart in the
Sadly.
second half, but I mean,
Who didn't in that team?
That
literally.
defense was
Sweden
horrendous.
win every game in regulation. Yes,
Yes.
That's
Yes.
hilarious.
Oh,
They
That's
did.
all
Where
Yeah.
did
right.
Dan? Where are we?
Oh no! Panic!
we're in a
Dan, you
I'm
football
gonna
broke it.
game.
panic again! Oh no! We're missing! Oh no!
Oh, there we are.
Okay.
Hi.
I was gonna panic again. That's all
By
I
the way,
know.
whenever Lane's watching the Leafs, it's literally just this on repeat.
Oh, that is true.
One of these days, the Leafs are going to actually be a disaster, and Lane complaining about it. I'm just going to be like, "You're complaining, but are you really complaining because they suck? Or are you just doing it
No, this is just gonna
because
be
you
just,
did because you did it all the time?"
With the
Oh,
boy
It's like,
Clyde
is it
Wolf.
really that bad, or is it because Lane, or is everybody just losing it because Lane is panicking again?
Where's the fudge is what my grade 8 teacher thought WTF stood for. I just like to state that. And
Oh yeah, I'm still mad at Funfish. Me and
I was
Funfish were
able
beefy last
to-
time I was on here.
I can hide us.
Don't do it again.
Dan, what'd you do?
I didn't
Yeah,
hit
this is all
anything.
Dan's fault.
No, here I am. Hi.
Wait, Dan, question
What?
for you. Why are
Yes,
you
sir.
trying to hide your eyes?
Oh, well, the light's white.
The sunlight hurts
That's a lie.
my eyes.
That's a lie. There's another reason. That's a
No.
lie. I don't believe him.
this is me
Oh.
when the Leafs play every game.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm like, oh no!
Yeah, oh, no.
I'm the ghost of Christmas past, present, and future.
That's scary.
But Dan, I think it's time for me to throw to you for you to do your favorite thing.
Oh,
Oh,
my
read the
gosh.
NHL
Why are we
score.
doing this again?
Read me the NHL scores.
We
buddy
need a
boy.
bump, Jacob. You got to make a bump for Dan reads the scores.
Hey, well, it was important.
Yeah,
Just
Dan,
don't make,
but you
just don't make it
you-
super loud like you make all the other bumpers like bop 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 bop.
So, as we talked about earlier,
Subscribe to our channel.
the Jets beat the Devils 4-3. So, big shocker for her. Jonathan Taves got a goal. Former
Oh.
Barry coach Chandler Person got a goal. So, good on him. The Bruins beat Pittsburgh in a 1-0 thriller. Don't see that every day. Columbus beat the Mammoth in overtime 3-2. The Predators beat the Capitals 3-2. Ovechkin
Predators are
did get
coming
his
on.
20th goal of the season. So that's another 20-goal campaign for the greatest goal scorer of all time at 40 years old. And the Vegas Golden Knights schooled for San Jose Sharks 7-2.
Okay, I actually have a gasser asked about Steven Stamkos, but no one's gonna
Okay.
like it. But I still have one.
Let's do it.
And yeah,
Well,
it
then
was a
don't say
week
it
NHL.
then.
I think Funfish, one of the reasons why the NHL is not going to put out their best schedule today is, let's be honest, no one was watching hockey today. And you're calling Av 6. Oh, that hurts me brain.
Oh, I
Lane
can see something like that.
Really wants to see more gas pumps and donkey butts. So Lane,
I don't.
for you, Adam, because you say you don't want to
Please.
see it, I'm just going to run the bump on Lou.
Please.
Gas there is gas, gas, gas. Gas there is an ass, gas. Or is it ass?
You got to run it one more time because you said you're going to run it on loop.
Go ahead, Lane. What's your gas or ass?
Lane,
All
now
right.
we got beef. We got beef now, Lane. Me and you got beef now. And I hold Lane. I hold it over people. I lure my beef over people. So now I got beef with Lane and I got beef with Fun Fish.
All right.
Those are the two people I got beef with.
Where's the beef? But
Yeah,
anyways,
Wendy's.
I don't like Wendy's. But okay, so gas or
Well, you
ass.
don't like Wendy's? What?
Okay, it's better
The
than Burger King.
Baconator Blow, best burger of life.
That is not the best burger of
Best
life.
burger of life.
Level of
Lane.
fast food
Yes,
joint.
Gas
If-
or ass, Lane? Pizza
I'll-
gas.
If Steven Stamkos could have figured this out like 20 games ago, he would have been on Team Canada. Because I think he's been on Team Canada before.
Yeah.
He even though he was struggling last year, he was struggling earlier this year. But Steven Stamkos has figured out how to score again. And if he would have figured this out 20 or 30 games ago, he would have been one of the centers on Team Canada.
I'll
Ass.
say gas to that.
Ass.
I think it's gas.
I'll say
Ass.
ass because again, you have Connor Bedard that you didn't bring.
Ass.
There are
He's not better.
players. You
He's
just
not
see
better
him
than
from-
any of the other centers Canada brought.
I don't know about that.
I
Well,
feel
the
like.
guys that will play center.
He's better than
The guys that will
Cirelli.
actually play center.
Well,
No,
yeah,
but there's a
Anthony's-
role that
Anthony's-
Anthony Cirelli plays. I can't. The amount
Sam
of times
Bennett.
I've had to say this to people, not just on here, before somebody jumps on me about that. I.e. Jacob.
You don't think he's better than Bo Horvat?
Well,
I
okay,
would take
I
Cole
said it.
Horvat.
I just said it 5 seconds ago. The roles aren't the same that those guys are going to play. And it's like when you look at the
Right.
guys. Maybe I should just go on vacation again. Retire. Retire.
Go ahead, Adam. The
No.
floor is yours.
I'm done. Y'all interrupted me too much. I'm done now.
Okay, bye, Felicia.
Oh boy, okay. Just a
Welcome back, Adam.
No, I'm not welcome.
just a reminder to back up Lane's point for Steven Stamkos has 19 goals, 11 assists, and 30 points in 45 games, which is pretty good considering he's on Nashville. The
Not good enough.
thing is he's a -10. That's kind of a yucky.
Lane, I get what you're saying, and
You know
I
what I'm trying to
wonder-
say, right? Like he's
I get it.
He's on a hot streak.
Sure.
He is. He leads the game-winning goals with 7.
Problem
Pretty
is,
impressive. Getting Nashville has a win-winning
his
games.
hot streak is that was his first goal in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That was his first goal in 6 games.
But he was
And over the
hot.
last 6 games, he has 4 points in his last 6 games, and this is us saying Stamkos is on a hot streak.
Okay, but before that, he was scoring for a bit.
Yeah, like
he
he's
had
was,
like
yeah.
4-goal game, and then he had like a 2-goal game. I'm just like, okay,
sure. I
he's
just I
finally
think
got his
there are better
confidence back.
players if you're looking for an offensive power play guy than Steven Stamkos that you can bring.
like I wouldn't be surprised. You keep talking about Matthews sitting there. I wouldn't be surprised if Stamkos finishes with like 35 goals. I wouldn't be
I can
surprised.
see that.
I'd be surprised.
Really? So he's still got 30. He's already at 20. He's at 20 tonight, I think.
I called it here. I'll call it again. I
He's got
think
37 games.
I think if the Leafs keep winning and the buyers the trade deadline, you got to bring Steven Stamkos and Toronto.
That would not be a bad idea.
No, don't do it.
Why not?
If you already have John Tavares, so basically do the same thing.
True.
Yeah, I don't know, bud.
I agree. I agree with this comment. He's pretty much a third line, Grandpa Stammer.
Grandpa Stammer. Yeah. I like
And
that.
Lane, like, okay, I'll put it this way: if Steven Stamkos was from Switzerland, he'd be going to the Olympics.
Yeah.
On Team Canada, you're telling me right now, well, my mic stand's about to fall off my desk again, so I'm just going to hold it. You're telling me right now you would rather have Steven
Probably at least
Stamkos
here,
over
it's
Connor
like,
Bedard on your
No, I'm
team.
just saying. I think he could have been in that conversation if he had found his confidence 20 or 30. Like if he came into the season scoring at the pace he's scoring now, where he's putting up 3-goal games, 4-goal game, 2 goals, 1 goal. He's actually scoring now. He didn't score for the first like 20 or 30 games, and now he's.
I don't
figuring
think he would have been.
He might have been in the conversation.
Maybe
That's
the
what I
conversation.
just said. I said he wouldn't have been in the conversation. He wouldn't have been in the conversation.
Oh no!
There are
Oh, no.
players that
Maybe
aren't
in the
even on
conversation.
Canada. There's already people aren't on Team Canada that are better than Steven Stamkos this season. There
I'm
are
saying
players,
gas or
Mark
flame. I
Scheifele,
think
Wyatt Johnston, Connor Bedard. Those are three players right there that are ahead of.
Well, I didn't know.
Even if he figured out his scoring earlier in this year, those three guys have been more consistent and have been better than Steven Stamkos. He wouldn't have been in the conversation. He would have been far back in the conversation.
And if you're looking for a veteran guy with more experience, I would bring a Jordan Eberle over a Steven Stamkos right now still. And maybe you guys think I'm crazy.
Yes, I do think you're crazy, but that's
I like Jordan Eberle
this way.
Yeah, like his pitcher.
The Predators
might
make the playoffs, boys.
They just might.
They finally. It's taken them 2 years.
Boo!
It's taken them 2 years.
Jacob.
You know what I mean?
That's for you, Jacob, not for you, Lane.
It's taken them 2 years, but this team is, I think, starting to figure it out.
They are finally.
The chemistry's starting to click after 2 seasons.
Which is crazy. Like when
you
they
know
put
what?
this team
We got
together
chemistry
2
at the
years ago,
desk.
I thought this team was going to win the Stanley Cup.
And I will say this too: we got our chemistry at the desk way faster than the Nashville Predators got their chemistry. So Barry Trotz,
because they literally went to free agency. It was like buy. They just pulled these random players from these teams and thought slap them together and you get chemistry. That doesn't.
Stammer's dad, Yager's the grandpa.
Okay, yeah.
Hockey. I don't know why. I don't know if you guys agree with me in this statement. I just feel like hockey's not a sport that you can just go on free agency and buy a team. Like baseball is one of those sports where you can just go spend $100 millions and create a World Series team. We've seen the Dodgers do it. I feel like football is another sport where you can just slam a bunch of $1 million athletes together. Hockey, because of the salary cap and because there's only so much limited money to go around, right? I mean, I know it's more now, but there's only so much you can throw around that you can't just be like, well, I'll buy you, and then forget about the rest of the team.
Yeah, that's a good point. I mean, hockey, you have to play with chemistry, right? Like, I think that's one thing as hurting for Leafs so much as a changing for lineup every day is no chemistry.
Jaromir Jagr still does play professional hockey in Czechia.
He's a bet.
That doesn't count because he plays for the team he owns. That doesn't count.
Mario Lemieux co-owned the Penguins when he was playing on them. Does that mean
exactly?
That's such a bad example.
It's a great example.
Jagr is 40. He's like nearing his 50.
He's definitely more than 40.
He's
52,
like
there
is that is a completely I think
he's
different.
Like 97.
That is completely
I know, I'm just joking.
Because he sucks. Like Jaromir Jagr has not played particularly well in the last like 4
Get him on the
Leafs. He's played professionally. Like there's a big difference. There's a reason he's on that team. It's because he owns it. They can't say no to him.
Adam, he still had 16 points in 40 games last year. It's not dreadful. It's not like he sucks. That's not. You guys are. I thought one was frozen, but okay. But no.
He's only played 6 games this year.
Yeah, he's only played 6 games this year, but he's still playing. What I'm saying, last year in 39 games, he had 5 goals, 11 assists,
not bad,
16 points. Like, and that's in the top Czechia league, right?
Right.
So, is he a superstar?
For a guy who's 53 years old.
But is he?
Wow,
that's impressive, man.
Is he completely useless? No. So that's all I'm saying. I think Jagr is still playing okay for his age. Like, we talk about other guys in the NHL. We look at like David Kemp, for example.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and I agree with this. 16 points at over 50 isn't bad.
Oh, I agree. Yeah, 100%.
And he can still skate in his late 50. That's impressive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
100%.
Very, very impressive.
It's like the Jason Allison.
Yeah, for sure.
100%.
But
6. That's what I'm saying. 6. That's what I'm saying. Fun fish.
Pretty
16
good.
points and over 50 is pretty impressive.
Yeah,
But I would
100%.
say on the bombshell of Jaromir Jagr. Actually, before we go, I do want to talk about the Raptors getting a win today.
I was going to say, we got to talk some NBA.
Can't read the
stuff tonight.
scores.
Read
Yeah.
the scores. Read the scores. Read the scores.
Okay.
Read the
So we
scores.
got the Magic beating the Pelicans. I know
Now,
what they
could Dan
are
do
now.
this without laughing?
Front and
128
center.
to 118. We got the Grizzlies beating the Nets 103-98. That was a close one. The Raptors, holy cow, beat the 76 in overtime,
76?
116
Oh,
To the
115. 76ers, yeah.
76. That's a new.
6-7.
No, 76.
Okay, 76. That was what Kyle Lowry making us come back in his Austin Matthews jersey. So that was pretty cool. We had the Knicks beat the Trailblazers 123-114. The Thunder beating the Heat 124-112. Timberwolves beating the Spurs 104-103. Another really close one. The Nuggets beating the Bucks 108-104. The Suns beating the Wizards 112-83. The Hawks beating the Warriors 124-111. And the Kings beating the Rockets 111-98.
The Warriors are bad. They're actually
I
not
know.
good.
I will
right?
say to this comment, Fun Fish, and yeah, I mean, the 76ers are not a good team, whereas Dan just calls them the 76. But at the end of the day, a
76.
win's a win, right? And the Raptors are finding ways to win games. I mean, you would like that game not to get to overtime, but still they get a win. And I do want to bring this up because Dan and I were having a bit of a debate.
Yes.
No, are we talking about this?
Kyle Lowry
He
is
is the greatest Raptor.
of all time, and this isn't even a discussion.
This
Dan
isn't a
says
discussion,
it's Vince
Dan.
Carter.
Dan, this isn't a discussion. Okay, I will say this.
From a man who
Because I
calls
think-
him the 76.
I think this is just a fact of like a lot. Now, I will say Vince Carter did a lot for this franchise to start it, but I find it a trend of when people say Vince Carter is the greatest Raptor of all time. No offense, Dan, they're old. They're old.
Yeah.
That's
Okay.
just they're the older people of the fan base. That is.
But if it
that
wasn't
is-
for us, the Raptors wouldn't be
Hey.
a thing.
Dan, this isn't show and tell time yet. This is Adam's time.
Okay.
So
Okay.
just let me finish, please, before
Okay,
you
fair
go at
enough.
me about Vince Carter. But Vince Carter, okay, I'll move on from Vince Carter actually, because I just finished my point of it. But Kyle Lowry, for the 10 plus years that he was here with the Raptors, so the 10 years he was here, he epitomized what the Raptors played like, and he was by like I think he just meant like what he meant, what him and DeMar meant. But I think what DeMar meant and what Kyle Lowry meant were such different things that I think Kyle Lowry was the heartbeat of this team. And he was just so oh my gosh, what's the word I was trying to find? He was so important to the Raptors' success.
The Wendell
that
Clark
I think,
of the Raptors.
yeah, he was
is what
he
I
was
would
the heartbeat
compare
of the
it to.
team. And to be honest, I thought this kind of back then as well. I think Kyle Lowry, for all that Kawhi did, I think Kyle Lowry was such an underrated part of that team winning the
do I.
title, just because of what Kawhi did.
Why?
But I do think when you look back at it, I think what Kyle did for the Raptors is more significant because I think a big part of what Vince Carter did for the Raptors wasn't necessarily success, like his success on the basketball court. It was more what he meant to growing basketball in Toronto. I think Kyle Lowry, he is like when I think Raptors, I think of Kyle Lowry's era of the Toronto Raptors. That's just what I think.
Yeah.
I'll
and I
say
think-
this. I think that Vince Carter put the Raptors on the map. Kyle
Yeah.
Lowry made people actually care about the map.
Yeah.
And Dan,
I would
and I
agree.
understand, Dan, I think because you're from a different, no offense, Dan, but you and Adam are from two different eras.
Mhm.
So
He's old. I
you're-
said this. He's old.
You're looking at it as if you're like, I would never have watched basketball if it wasn't for Vince Carter's slam dunk competition.
Well, that's what I was going to say. It wasn't that he just put the Raptors on the map. He put Canada on the map. Like,
Well, I don't know about that.
that was
Maybe
such
can on
a-
the map in basketball.
That's what I'm trying to say. That was so important because don't forget, that was the first year that the Air Canada Center opened in Toronto as well. Before that, we were playing basketball games in the Sky Dome. Okay, we were a joke when it came to basketball. Let's just be honest. Like, basketball game in the Sky Dome was pretty bad. So we got a nice new arena. We got an NBA team. We were first NBA All-Star slam dunk competition, and he did the slam dunk. That slam dunk is almost iconic as Michael Jordan's. Exactly what Lane's doing. Exactly. Almost as iconic as Michael Jordan's slam dunk. It's that impressive, okay? Like, everyone knew where they were when that happened. One of those moments. Like, you know, and if you didn't have Vince Carter do that, Kyle Lowry and Jamal Rosen and Kawhi Leonard could have not done what they did. You know,
Well,
But
Brooke
Dan,
wasn't on the
but
team,
Dan,
but-
it's kind of like how you say Austin Matthews can't be considered one of the greatest Leafs of all time because he hasn't gotten it done. You could say the same thing about Vince Carter.
yeah, but the Raptors were not competitive at that point.
Yes, they were. Yes, they were. Vince Carter went on playoff runs with the Raptors, with Carter
Yeah,
and
but we weren't
McGrady.
expect to win
With
anything.
Mo Peterson. I remember
And
that.
Mo Pete.
Yeah, Mo
I
Peterson,
love that
like
guy.
him.
He was great.
Yeah, he
Like,
was a
Dan, you
great
could argue
dude.
Vince Carter
Remember
and Chris
Mo
Bosh.
Peterson.
Vince
Yeah.
Carter and Chris Bosh had very
Three.
similar playoff success. No one's arguing here saying Chris Bosh is the greatest Raptor of all time.
Oh, God,
By the
no.
way, I did one of Dan's favorite things to do. I asked ChatGPT who the greatest Raptor is.
Wait, I have one point to make,
And they
Jacob,
say
before
Kyle
you go.
Lowry.
Before you say that, before you had said it, I wanted to make my point, but I think one point to like think about, I think, is that the difference between, and I say this because it did affect Vince's legacy for such a long time. Vince gave up on Toronto,
He did.
and I think Dan
Kyle Lowry never did.
Vince gave up on Toronto, and that affects his legacy, whether people like to admit it or not. That affects
True.
his legacy here in this
Yeah.
city, and it did for such a long time. I think the difference between those two players, I think Vince has definitely redeemed himself now. Like, he's definitely come and he's done a lot of good that people can say and forgive him. But like, Kyle Lowry basically became Toronto. Like, he just loved it here. He still says it's home. And I just think that the way, I think this city in any sport, like, I just think it had been such a long time since somebody had embraced the city like Kyle Lowry has, that it's made him one of the most lovable athletes to have ever played in this city.
Oh, for sure.
I still love him now. And I think undoubtedly, since he's left this team, he has been, I've said it countless times, I thought he should have been the first player to have his number retired in the ACC for Toronto. I thought his name
But yeah,
would have
there
been the
was Vince
first to
Carter.
go up. No. So before Vince got his number retired, I told countless people, I was like, Kyle Lowry's number is going to be the first that goes up in the rafters for Toronto. He's going to be the first player ever retired by this organization because what he meant to this team. I just didn't think I thought Vince was going to get it retired eventually.
I thought
just
that was a
didn't
big
think-
miss by MLSC.
I just didn't think it would happen before Kyle Lowry. I thought Kyle Lowry was going to be the first to go up because I thought he deserved it. His legacy in Toronto is bigger than what any other athlete who's ever played for the Raptors.
You almost said the Argos.
I know,
Argo.
but
I will say,
I just think he's going to be the first Raptor to have a statue outside of the arena.
Whoa.
That's how big. That's how big Kyle
That's
Lowry.
bold.
That's how.
and I
big,
will say,
well,
too,
that's how
with-
big
with-
he was. That's how
No,
big he
I get
is
it.
for this
I do want to
organization.
address the comment here from Funfish, and this is a great point. Kawhi didn't want to win the Raptors, didn't want to play here, but he still won with them.
Amazing
And to
what he
Kawhi
did.
Leonard's credit, he didn't want to play here. He made that known, but he played hard while he was here, and I thought he did everything he could possibly do to win a championship in Toronto, and he got it done. Right? I hated that trade at that point, to be honest with you, because DeMar DeRozan
Oh,
was my
you
favorite
did.
player. And Funfish, to ask you about answer that question, who's my favorite NBA player of all time? That's a tough one. Growing up, DeMar DeRozan was my favorite player. There was no doubt about it.
Well,
but my favorite. That's a tough question.
I mean, for me, I'm not a
Steph
NBA
Curry.
super fan by any means, but for me, my favorite player of all time is Vince Carter.
I will probably say my favorite player of all time is Kyle Lowry, just because I thought he made me care about basketball, and that's what I'll say about Kyle Lowry. So to me, he's the one that made me start to actually watch games and want to be a part of the fandom of We the North. So for me, it's Kyle Lowry. The best basketball player in my era would be a different answer, but my favorite would be Kyle Lowry. Adam says it's Steph. Shoot from low.
Even though I love
Curry.
Kyle, I love Steph Curry though. Steph
Lane,
Curry and
who's
Kyle
your
Lowry.
favorite NBA player of all time?
Well, it's too hard to say.
A la Larry Bird.
It's just too hard. There's just so many good players. Kobe.
Yeah.
We have a comment here.
Vince
Vince
Carter is
Carter.
more iconic. Yeah, see, that's what I'm saying. Like
Vince Carter, you could
That doesn't
argue
mean
is
he's the
more,
greatest though.
but at the end of the day, who won? Right?
Yeah,
And at the
Vince
end,
Carter's team wasn't as dominant as Kyle Lowry's team. It just
Kyle
wasn't.
Lowry's
It
team
didn't
has
have the
never
same
been
fan
dominant.
base. It didn't have the same money. It didn't have the same support. You know, I mean,
Kyle's teams were never dominant. That's crazy.
it was that year of Kawhi Leonard. I mean, we were pretty
No, it
confident.
wasn't. That team was not dominant.
they were decent, but they weren't dominant.
They were not dominant. I think the
But we were
playoffs.
still confident we were going to win.
We got blown out by the Sixers like twice in that series. Lost to
I
the
know.
Magic to start the playoffs.
I know.
Like barely had to come back from 2-0 down to the Bucks and still barely won a lot of those games.
Yeah.
Beat the Golden State Warriors, but those games weren't exactly pretty. I wouldn't call them dominant. That wouldn't be the word I use for that team.
Yeah, but we were more expected to win a championship than any of Vince Carter's teams.
I disagree with you. I think Vince Carter, if you look, Vince Carter, he was part of teams that finished third in the East, part of teams that finished really high in the standings. And you got to look, Vince Carter did go on a couple playoff runs. I can argue the more iconic just because of the slam dunk moments. But I can give you a prime example of this, and this is more where I take it. Matt Sundin had more iconic moments as a Maple Leaf than Wendell Clark. Wendell Clark was more important to the Leaf franchise than Matt Sundin at the time when they were both in their primes. That's my 2 cents on it. Same with Austin Matthews is the all-time Leafs goal scorer. But I would take Wendell Clark in his prime any day of the week over Austin Matthews. Right?
Well,
that's kind of me. And I look at if I could pick between Kyle Lowry or Vince Carter, Vince Carter is going to do the crazy dunk that gets people out of their seat. But Kyle Lowry is going to take the charge for the 100th time, even though he's got 4 concussions to get a win. That's why, for me, it's Kyle Lowry.
I'm saying if you give Vince Carter as good of a team, I think he would have won too.
By the way, I love LeBron James. I would say that
he's a cool dude.
Not my favorite player because he's not the one that got me into basketball the way Kyle Lowry and DeMar DeRozan in that era of the Raptors did. I was watching the NBA in the 80s. The Birds and the Magic Johnsons were on another level.
Oh, yeah.
Larry Bird. I mean, Larry Bird was... I've watched just some old Larry Bird highlights, and I would have loved to see Larry Bird in today's NBA.
Oh, it would have been amazing. I like Larry Bird.
Bronny James will be a decent player, but nowhere near as good as his dad.
Yeah, I agree with that. Yeah.
And I don't think it's realistic to expect anyone... I don't think it's real... That's like expecting Alex Ovechkin's kid to break Alex Ovechkin's goal record. It's probably not going to happen.
I feel very bad for Bronny because
so do
Bronny
I. There's been too much pressure on him.
Bronny should have stayed in
LeBron.
college. Shouldn't have been drafted the year he was drafted. That the only reason he was drafted when he was drafted was because of his dad. Like it or not, that's just a fact.
Yeah.
Bronny didn't do anything.
No, he's not
that
terrible.
season. His 1 year in college, Jacob, he barely played. He had a heart
Like, 'cause
attack.
he was like 18, 17 in college.
No,
right?
it's because he had a heart attack.
Oh, wow.
He had a heart attack before the college. So you guys, okay, well, I'll explain to you. He had a heart attack to start his college before the season even started.
I remember
he had
that.
a heart attack.
Yeah,
And so
he
he averaged he was like 4 points a game on a very good, I think it was USC he played at, if I'm not mistaken. He was not good. Typically, those kind of guys go back for another year. You don't get drafted after just putting up 4 points. Even though USC was really good, like he was not great. He sucked when he played. It didn't help that he had a heart attack before the year even started.
No.
Yeah.
So
If he was
he
in the
shouldn't have been
NFL, he wouldn't even win
drafted.
comeback player of the year.
It's a joke he was drafted. He definitely should have gone back to college, and that would have significantly helped him. But he's
not having a great year this year either for Bronny James, averaging 1.5 points per game in 19 games. Only 31% field goal
be playing
percentage.
in the NBA.
Only 27.8% from 3-point. He is 100% on free throws. So just get him to the line. I don't know. But he's had the odd
played in the NBA this year.
No, he shouldn't have. I think Bronny James needs to be in the G League.
Yeah, for sure, 100%.
And that's no
That could
disrespect.
boost up some sales to the G League too, right?
And this is an interesting point. That's like having a PTSD at that age, brutal luck. Yeah, I mean, it is tough for Bronny James. He's had a tough road to get here. And I understand if they want to play him in 1 or 2 games just so LeBron could play with his son. I think that's a nice moment. But I think after that, it should have been, okay, go to the G League, develop, get better, do what you need to do, and then figure out how it goes.
Yeah. 100%.
And I think Lane wants to put Adam. It's so sick of hearing about people read scores. He ran away. But Lane wants to play Dan's favorite game, reading the scores of the Women's World U18s.
Yeah,
it's just thing.
You don't get
Lane, what's going on in the world of women's sports in the U18s?
Well, they just got started 2 days ago, and so we could go over these scores here. So I thought it would be cool to just go over it and give them.
Oh my gosh, 13-0.
13-0 over Slovakia. And then Czechia won 9-1 over Finland.
Wow.
Sweden won 4-1 over Hungary. Canada had a 9-0 victory over Switzerland.
Wow.
My girl today, Nell Lupsnova, had all 5 goals today.
Wow.
For Slovakia.
What's a game?
So she's in this tournament. I kind of want to keep an eye on her. She's so talented. 9-1 over Czechia for the States today. Tomorrow on the docket, we got Switzerland versus Sweden. We got Canada versus Hungary. And then coming up on the week, we got Slovakia versus Czechia, Finland versus the USA, and Sweden versus Canada. That might be a good game to check out.
That'd be a good one, yeah.
And Switzerland versus Hungary. And then we got the quarterfinals going in on the January the 15th there.
Sweetest models.
Dan.
What? That has nothing to do with what we're talking about.
Well, usually sweetest women are good looking, right?
Oh my gosh, Dan.
He's an idiot.
Okay, wait. I want to go on a little bit of a rant.
It's not true.
Not a rant, but I just want to say, because Canada's women's national, their Olympic team came out recently.
Right.
I just want to say that I'm upset. I don't like the team Canada put out. I will say it is very, it's a very veteran team. Like, a lot of those players did deserve it, but you look at the US's team compared to this team. Why'd you put me up, Setter? This is not going to be a long rant. But the US put up, oh man, what did they do? Their average age is 26. Canada is nearly 30, I think. And it's just they brought a lot of NCAA players. So a lot of their college players are there. And Canada is just going to be slow. They're going to be old. No offense, because this Canada team is really talented. But Chloe Primero, I think is how you say her last name. She's 18 and she was at the World Championships last year. And she's not in the Olympics. When you could say she deserves to be there, she's 18 and she just played at the World Championships and played a pretty, a decent role at the World Championships. So I was just really surprised she didn't go. But I don't know. It could come back to bite Canada in the ass a little bit at the Olympics. At least the difference in age and experience is a good thing to bring, but Sarah Nurse hasn't played in 2 months.
Well, and also too, didn't they get their butts kicked in the rivalry series?
Yes,
Against the
Jacob,
States?
but the Canada didn't have the number one goalie. It was a really weird series this year. Like the U.S. just kicked Canada's butts up. And
Yeah, I know,
down.
but I just mean like I do worry that maybe Canada needs to start looking at some of their younger talent they have in the women's in these, especially
That's the concern.
you have the PWHL that has all these talented women.
PWHL, right?
Well, like there's two players they definitely missed out on. I think she is.
I think she's on the team, but I'm not 100. I'm not a hundo P, so I don't want
like. There's definitely like players who have played well enough, like that are on the team that are still should be there. Like Sarah Nurse hasn't played in 2 months, wasn't playing particularly well before. Like
Sarah Nurse is quite a hockey player.
Yeah, but she hasn't played well enough this year, and she might not even play at the Olympics. She's going and she might not even be available. Wow. Like you can't do that. Like you can't bring a player that might not even play games.
Right.
Like it's ridiculous.
Yeah, can't give them a roster spot.
I think what just upsets. I just think what upsets me the most out of everything is they'll sit there and promote the men's tournament 1,000 times out of 1,000.
Mm-hmm.
Like every 4 seconds. Seems like what's the men's? What's the U18? It's the men's tournament. I haven't heard one thing about this women's tournament, and that's what's really sad. It's sad.
100%. I agree with that.
Adam got so sad he just left.
Yeah, so I didn't realize this was the U18. I thought it was just like a warm up for the Olympics because we've been talking Olympic roster so much, right?
But Adam, you came back.
Wasn't supposed to. Sorry.
Welcome back. I will say, unfortunately, the reason why Lane this happens, this just has to come down to ad revenue. Now, mind you, if you promote the women's games more and more people watch it, it can create more ad revenue. But I mean, yeah, like
I think it should because
you do see it getting promoted every 5 seconds, and as Fun Fish is pointing out, if the WNBA doesn't go on a lockout, we are getting a WNBA team here in Toronto. The PWHL had another sellout going into the new year. The Toronto Spectres had a really good crowd here in the Hammer. So
they did.
There is a lot going on there, right?
I think PWHL is doing a great job. Like they sold out Scotiabank twice.
Yeah, that's amazing.
Bell Center has been sold out multiple times. The U.S., it's kind of struggling a little bit at times, but I know Minnesota, they sold out. I'm pretty sure they sold out where Minnesota play, if I'm not mistaken. But like they've broken, like the league's broken the record for the most watched women's hockey game multiple times over at this point.
That's incredible.
Like, the league is doing, I think a big thing is the league is doing a much better job promoting themselves than the WNBA has in the past. And a good thing is that TSN, Sportsnet, Prime show games in Canada, the big thing for them would be getting somebody to cover more games stateside. That's been the struggle down there for them. But Canada, TSN and Sportsnet have both done a good job of covering their games. And I think that's been a big thing for the league.
But, if they won't do it, I'm going to do it because I think it's fair. If you want to go check out this tournament, and I think you should, because if the PWHL is going to continue, you're going to see a lot of these people in the PWHL in the next 2 to 3 years. We want to grow sports. We want to give respect to both genders. So if the men's tournament's good, I'm sure the women's tournament is just as good. So go check out TSN. Go see if you can check out some of these games, whether it's Sweden, Canada, whether it's the USA, whether it's Slovakia. These are talented girls, and I believe they do deserve the chance to have the name to name them. So go check it out on TSN if you get a chance to go watch it, because I'm sure it's great hockey over there.
100%. Or for our friends out in Quebec, it's also on RDS, which is the other, basically their version of TSN out there. But
I was gonna say, that's just TSN in French.
Yes,
basically.
TSN.
I believe in equality.
Bonjour, je m'appelle Monsieur Croissant. I'm kidding. I can't speak French. I'm sorry to our French viewers.
And petit peu.
Anyways, I would say on those bombshells, it is time we wrap up the show for the night, the morning, whatever it is. So thank you very much for joining us at the Analyst Desk. I'd like to thank the awesome panel we had today. Mr. More for your money.
Woo! Thank you everyone for all the great comments, likes, and subscribes and shares. We appreciate everyone.
Subscribe to our channel.
And of course, we also have, apparently I scared Dan. We also had Mr. Lane, Dashing Dashko, who is, I'm not sure if he's panicking at the moment or not. It's hard to tell.
I'm always panicking.
Leafs
Hey.
suck.
51 in the morning.
Hey,
Oh,
You know what? I still think my Leafs going to make the playoffs, and Lane's going to have to wear an Argo hat.
no. Oh, no, I
because-
can't wear hats. They don't even fit in my head. What's going to
And
happen?
of course, we had the man who
How
was
do I
not
put my
bit by a...
headphones on?
Now, I'm curious, Adam, when you were bit by a goat, did it leave any teeth marks?
No, it did not.
That is good. Radioactive marks are not good. But thank you very much for joining us at the desk.
Maybe it's
Riverdale
goat
Feels
man.
Like Game Day. And I'm sure we will be back either tomorrow, Tuesday, or Wednesday to break down all the NFL that's been going on and what's happening next week. I know Lane is jumping back in the simulation to see how that Steelers game's going to go. So make sure you check that out. He's already got the PlayStation 5 controller ready to go. It's even clean. That's impressive. Usually white controllers, you see all the marks on them. I guess I just get too angry at my controllers and I like have like grip marks on them.
Oh,
That's in mint condition. I feel like
It's
we're on
because
the
he
shopping
bought it
channel.
new.
I feel
That's
like
a
we're on
new
the...
controller.
no.
Oh my!
this is-
Actually,
Okay,
let us
so-
know. Do you guys want us to do reaction videos to the shopping channel? Surprisingly, it's the funniest thing ever.
What?
I don't
The
want to
shopping
do that.
channel. It's the funniest thing ever.
I'm good.
No,
No,
Actually,
no
fun-
fun fish. Not go abs.
Actually, fun
Night,
fact-
night. I think it's going to be a good game. We'll
Actually-
definitely have to come back and talk some Leaf hockey this week and Montreal hockey this week. So I'm sure we'll be back.
well, actually, fun fact: this is the remote that Brendan gave me in the comments because I used to have a bad habit of breaking remotes I bought, but I said if my friend gives me one, I wouldn't break it. And I've never broke. This is the one. This is the longest remote I've had for 2.5 years since he gave it to me. I have not thrown it ever once because it's a gift from a friend. So I've never. And if I buy it, I'll break it. He said, "Well, I know you won't buy something if I give it to you," and I haven't.
Right.
I've never thrown it once.
But thanks everyone very much joining us at the desk. Looking for more content, make sure to follow us on all the social medias. And until next time, thank you for joining us at the Analyst Desk, where every day feels like game day. We'll see you guys on the flip side.
Bye-bye.
Flip quarter. Goodbye.